Hey, howdy ho, everybody! This is Postmortem Nightshade, and this weekend I am here to talk about a highly anticipated movie for many, including myself, and that is Spider Man Brand New Day. This is the fourth Tom Holland Spider Man movie, and after how much I enjoyed the previous one, Spider Man No Way Home, I was very curious to see if they could match or even top the last one. We do have a new director for this Spider Man movie, Destin Daniel Cretton. Apologies if I mispronounced that name, who is actually the director of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is a movie I really, really enjoyed, so I was excited to see his work translated to Spider Man. We have our traditional cast of Zendaya and Jacob Batalon, however, they both take more of a back seat for this one, and we see a lot more of Spider Man's interactions with John Bernthal's Punisher. We also have Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, and Sadie Sink as a character I won't spoil yet in case you don't already know who she plays. So, to begin, as I always do, let's start with the positives. I thought that the cast was great, though that's not a surprise at all, as the cast are seasoned professionals and many of them have had years to develop their characters, and it definitely shows on screen. The cinematography and lighting were impeccable in this film. There is one scene in particular with MJ and Peter on a roof with a red neon light. If you've seen the film, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But the way they play with lighting in this scene to expound on what's happening between the characters was just gorgeous to look at. I also really, really enjoyed the action, the city swinging, and just the general Spider Man in New York aesthetic a lot better in this movie than I have in previous Tom Holland Spider Man movies. This one just felt like Spider Man, or at least how I remember Spider Man growing up, where you feel like you are there with him, and the action and swinging have a real weight to them. Honestly, just great work all around with the aesthetics in this one. I also appreciated a lot not having the CGI Spider Man suit. I think it looked way better with the more practical version they went with. There still is a little bit of CGI, but definitely a much better look this go around. The Punisher was also a great addition to interact with Spider Man here. I thought they had really great friendship chemistry. And speaking of chemistry, holy smokes, it is very easy to tell that Zendaya and Tom Holland are married, and I mean that in the best sense. Every time they're on screen together, it's just electric. But now that I've gotten my positives out of the way, there were some things that hindered my enjoyment of this film, especially when comparing it to No Way Home. I've always felt that Tom Holland's Spider Man movies are just used as linchpins to move the greater plot of the MCU forward, and I feel that takes away from the character of Spider Man as a whole. And this movie definitely has that problem quite a bit. Sadie Sink's character very much makes this feel like a Spider Man movie mixed with another MCU property that I won't spoil, which again just makes this feel like another big cog in the wheel rather than a standalone Spider Man film. The story of this one is also very messy and all over the place. I feel like they try to fit way too much into one film. And this movie runs at 2 hours and 25 minutes, and at several points I was really starting to feel it, especially when I could tell we weren't even into the last act yet. I think that they needed to tighten the script and the story, and also have there be a lot less characters, and I think this would have automatically fixed the pacing and length issues. I was also kind of bummed that the chemistry between the three friends, Peter, Ned, and MJ, was just kind of in the background the whole time, because it was such a charming and integral part of the Tom Holland universe up till now, so that really wasn't my favorite change. Thankfully, the humor wasn't a drawback in this one. I actually thought it was quite balanced and very Spider Man vibey, if you will, much better than a lot of the other MCU films we've been getting lately. And I thought generally the writing on Spider Man was a lot better. He felt a lot more like the character I know and love, which I appreciated. Overall, I think there was a lot to enjoy in this movie, but the script and story kind of held it back for me. So, on my scale, this movie sits solidly in the Hey Heidi Alrighty category. Now, I know what I'm about to say might be controversial and a hot take. That's okay. Let me know in the comments nicely if you disagree. But whatever phase we're in, phase 5 or phase 6, I'm not sure at this point. I still think that Fantastic Four: The First Steps is my favorite. I know. I did really enjoy this movie, but definitely I don't think it dethroned Fantastic Four for me. But it's definitely a fun time at the movies and a really great time with a big crowd. So support your local cinemas this weekend if you're at all interested in this one. But let me know in the comments your thoughts on Spider Man Brand New Day. And what is your favorite Tom Holland Spider Man film? Thank you everyone so much for tuning in, and if you'd like to follow along on my movie review journey, please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all very soon.